Now, the Matildas rock. We all know that. The country's gone mad for the Matildas, and rightly so. They've played brilliantly at home, mainly without their star striker, of course, and skipper Sam Kerr. Let's hope she gets among the goals this week, eh? Look, I reckon the bigger picture here also is how well Australians have supported this whole tournament. Great crowds at all the games, terrific support for the visiting teams. Australia, I reckon, take a bow, and New Zealand too, of course. And now it's the Aussie women, the Matildas, off to the semi-final in Sydney. I don't think there'll be too many watching this program on Wednesday night, sadly. It'll be one for the true believers as the whole country tunes into our women's soccer team in the final four of a World Cup for the first time. It is great stuff. Now, there's a couple of catches to all this hoopla, though. First up, there's an over-the-top focus on the fact that our women's soccer team is made up of, you know, women.
Thus confirming what we all already knew, women rule. With the telly proclaiming on the front page, who runs the world? Marvellous Matildas beat blokes on way to the top. So, take that, menfolk.
Yeah, notice it's the people who don't normally talk much about sport who seem most keen to inject some feminist angle onto the success of this great national team. The point is that Australians have always loved sport and we've always revered our female athletes. I mean, just think about Dawn Fraser, Betty Cuthbert, Margaret Court, to go back a while. Talk to Australians about Yvonne Goolagong, Ash Barty, Susie O'Neill, Shane Gould, Raylene Boyle, Elise Perry. The list could go on forever. And what about Cathy Freeman? Of course, where does Cathy Freeman stand in our sporting heroes hierarchy? Right up there, of course. So it's not unusual for this nation to be inspired by women in sport at all. It's just the first time it's happened in soccer, and it's fantastic. A home World Cup performance for the ages. And that brings us to the silly public holiday promise. Why do our politicians have to make it all about them?
If we did do it in Sydney for a big public holiday and a massive ticket tape parade, can you imagine the kind of energy, economic excitement and like it'd be an explosion in economic activity, particularly for the CBDs?
I mean, give me a break. Just let the Matildas play their game. These politicians are seeking glory. They're looking to piggyback on the success of the players, and they'll just end up creating confusion. And if it happens, they'll increase cost pressures for small business as well. This silliness is called political football, and Australia would be world champions at that one for sure.